Before we begin, I should warn you, everyone who listened to this story in the past did fall asleep, but never woke up. On the video platform YouTube, millions of horror narrators whispered into microphones every night, but none had a voice like Daniel Vale. Daniel's channel was small but devoted. He uploaded once a week, soft-spoken horror stories designed for listeners who like to fall asleep to eerie tales. His subscribers often commented things like, "Your voice knocks me out in 5 minutes." Daniel took it as a compliment. One rainy night in October, while browsing a strange corner of the internet for story ideas, he found a message on an old forum thread about cursed media. Buried between nonsense posts was a single comment. "There exists a story meant to be spoken aloud. The listener will fall asleep and never wake again." Daniel laughed. Perfect clickbait. The story contained a short script. It was oddly formatted, broken sentences, strange pauses, and phonetic spellings. At the bottom, someone had written, "Do not read this aloud." The words were never meant for human voices. Daniel copied the text into a document. That week's video practically wrote itself. The recording session felt strange. As Daniel read the script into his microphone, his voice sounded different in his headphones. Deeper, smoother, almost hypnotic. The story itself barely made sense. It described a quiet house where every room became darker the longer you stayed awake. It instructed listeners to relax, to close their eyes, to breathe slowly. Daniel almost fell asleep himself while reading it. But the oddest part was the ending. The final paragraph contained words Daniel couldn't pronounce. The script included phonetic hints, guiding him carefully through each sound. When he finished recording, the room felt colder. He uploaded the video anyway. The title, "A Story to Help You Sleep Forever." At first, nothing unusual happened. Views trickled in, a few comments appeared. "Your voice is extra calming tonight. I fell asleep so fast, LOL." Daniel smiled. Good engagement. But the next morning, something felt wrong. His subscriber count had jumped overnight. Tens of thousands of new viewers flooding the channel. And the comments? They stopped. People usually wrote about their favorite parts of the story. Now the comment section was quiet. Too quiet. Hours passed. Still no new comments. Only views climbing. Later that evening, Daniel received an email. It was from a woman named Laura. Her message was frantic. "Please respond. My husband listened to your new video last night. He fell asleep on the couch and won't wake up. The doctors say he's alive, but he won't wake up." Daniel's stomach dropped. It had to be a coincidence. Sleep paralysis? Coma? Something medical. But then more emails arrived. A college student, a truck driver, a teenager who listened with headphones before bed. All the same message. They had fallen asleep and never woken up. Daniel deleted the video immediately, but it was too late. Clips had already been downloaded, shared, re-uploaded, mirrored across dozens of channels on YouTube. The story was spreading, and worse, people were curious. The title alone drew them in. A story to help you sleep forever. Don't fall asleep. Days later, Daniel stopped sleeping. He stayed awake in his apartment surrounded by glowing monitors, desperately reporting every copy of the video he could find. But each time one disappeared, 3 more appeared somewhere else. He finally forced himself to listen to the recording again. This time, he didn't fall asleep, because he noticed something new. Hidden beneath his narration, another voice. Quiet, whispering underneath the audio, repeating the final paragraph over and over. Not in English, not in any language Daniel recognized. He paused the video. The whispering stopped. When he pressed play again, the whispering continued. But this time, it wasn't coming from his speakers. It was behind him. Daniel turned slowly. His apartment was empty, yet the whispering continued. Soft, patient, inviting. The words from the end of the script, the ones he had spoken aloud, the ones meant to be spoken perfectly. He realized something horrible. The story wasn't meant to be heard. It was meant to be released. That night, Daniel finally collapsed from exhaustion. He swore he would only rest for a minute, just long enough to clear his mind, just long enough to stop hearing the whispering. His head touched the pillow. He breathed slowly. His eyes closed. Across the world, millions of people slept peacefully. Hospitals quietly filled with patients who could not be awakened. Doctors called it a neurological anomaly. Online forums called it the sleep plague. But somewhere deep inside their endless dreams, the listeners were not alone. They wandered through a silent house, room by room, each door leading deeper into darkness. And at the end of the hallway, a voice waited, soft, calm, familiar, still telling the story, encouraging them to sleep forever. The story is over, but only for now. If you're listening to me right now, take a deep breath and listen closely. Some of you may feel sleepy. Some of you may already be halfway there. That's fine. That's exactly how it's meant to be. And if you hear a faint whisper beneath my voice, don't try to fight it. Just close your eyes. Let it guide you. Because once you do, you won't wake up the same way again. Sleep well. And remember, I'm always still telling the story. Why are you still awake?